Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing great. We're going to look at a little radio receiver that was sent in to us by our company, but we'll get to that in just a minute. As you can see over here on the other workbench today, this is the old workbench that has mostly all the vintage equipment and stuff on it. But I wanted to just show you this radio I picked up not too awful long ago. This was a one owner radio, and what it is the Realistic Navajo TRC 457. And you know, I don't do a lot of CB repair, and I don't do very little CB videos, but this was something in the 70s that I always wanted when I was messing with a lot of CBs, but thing was a bit pricey at Radio Shack, so I never did own one. I picked this one up. Like I say, it was one owner. The problem with this radio, it was used in a basement, and so it's got some corrosion and this and that on it, but it's only been to a repair shop one time, and the guy that tried to repair it could not fix it. He brought it back home. It sat for years in the basement, and I ended up with it. So we're probably going to be doing a restoration on this radio, because it's it's a classic old CB radio. It's 40 channel, single side band, has the built-in clock, and the good thing about this radio, it was built by Uniden, and if you open it up, you'll see Uniden written on a lot of the stuff inside of it. These were great talking radios, and the receivers was just exceptional on them. They were pretty good receivers for back in the day. This radio, this is the radio you don't go in and start clipping limiters and stuff out of. You won't do nothing but mess it up. It uses high impedance input. It actually has a transformer in it that the audio goes through to feed the final stage. So it's nice old radio. Now it's got some scratching, a little pitting on the chrome, but actually it's not that bad. Yes, it shows signs of its age, over 40 years old now, but I've ordered a whole complete set of capacitors for it. So we're going to take this thing and replace the capacitors and see if we can get it back up and running the way it's supposed to. It has receive, it doesn't receive that good. It has a 27 megahertz signal coming out of it, no RF power, and the modulator stages are working fine. So we'll be tearing to that thing there sometime in the next few weeks and see if we can get it up and running. So an Amazon company, it sells on Amazon, has several different products, sent in this for me to have a look at, and this is the Retekess. It's the V115, and it is an AM FM shortwave receiver and MP3 player. And I took a look at it, and it's not a bad little radio. It's always good to have I love pocket style radios. I have several of them. I did one last year on a kit that you build and put together. This one, is quite a few steps above that. It's got, some things with it that have a little quirky, like reception of the shortwave band. It has about I think a 14-15 inch antenna, but if you clip on another antenna to it, it receives very well. Does not receive single side band. There's no BFO oscillator or nothing in it, but it's pretty neat. And there's a couple of things about this that's a little more interesting than your standard radio of or MP3 players of this price range. And this radio sells for like $22.95 or so, and they are running a special from I think October 21st through November the 1st on their products, where they got some discounts and stuff. But let's take this thing open and take a look at it. So in the box is a charger cable, USB to I think USB-C. There is a lithium battery. Now this battery is the VL5C. This battery is the same battery that was used in a lot of the older cell phones. It's a very standard battery. You know, that's a good thing because you can still buy these batteries. 1000 milliamp, 3.7 volts. So yeah, these batteries are still on the market. It's not proprietary, you know, so it's a good standard battery. Have a pretty thick user manual. In the radio itself. Now what I like about it, it does have front panel entry where you can enter the frequency directly. You know, like the other radio, you had to tune to the frequency you want. This one you can enter the frequency. It's AM, FM, shortwave, MP3, recorder, player. Now, one of the things that I really liked about this is that you got an SD card, a little mini SD card, so you can load up your music or whatever, plug it in and play it, and you can go direct track. A lot of the MP3 players you have to let it play through or whatever, but this one you can go directly to that track to hear a particular song you want. Another thing is it has a built-in microphone, so you can record directly in it on, you know, your surroundings. You can record off of whatever's playing on the radio or shortwave bands, and you also have a line in, so you can plug in something like if you've got a ham radio, you can plug your line in and record directly of a conversation that's going on. You could even plug a microphone into that, I guess, if you wanted to. Headphone jack, and there's the mini USB to charge the lithium battery. Now, there's already a ton of reviews on this radio, so I'm not going to get too far in depth on it of all the functionalities and stuff, but I've seen several people that looked at this and thought it's got this battery door you kind of got to get your fingernail under and push down. So a lot of people think that's what this was for, but actually it's not. One of the screw holes has a slot in it, and you just stick that in there, and that kind of gives the radio sitting at an angle, which is pretty neat. But one thing that I see is the sound quality of this thing is just unbelievable to be as little as it is. You know, it ain't even an inch thick, but something that they did, this speaker compartment is concealed to itself. You know, it's not letting the sound go all the way through the whole radio like most of them do. This has a wall in between it. In the back you see this little grill. There's also a diaphragm in here, and it's called the Mega Bass. So that works very well. Whoever designed this knew what they were doing to get sound right. So I really appreciate that thought and that design of this radio. You know, other things that would made it better was to have a VFO in it, so you could listen to CW or single sideband conversations. But you know, I guess for this price range they have to miss out on a few things. Now, I'm not going to play any music or anything on it, you know, because that'll give you a copyright strike. But I think what we'll do is just tear it down, let you look on the inside of it, because it's not a bad built little radio. Okay, to get inside of it, we got like 6 screws that need to come out. You might be saying, you know, why would you even want radio for? Well, it's nice to have little radios like this in case of a power outage, you know, a storm or something. It's always good to have something you can fall back on and listen to, just in case of that. And I just like, oh, you know, little small radios. I like all radios. Okay, let's see what we got to do to get this apart. Got all the screws out. So now you can see just behind that grill I showed you on the outside is this little diaphragm here, and you see that moves up and down, and that's what creates the bass in this little radio. We got our AM antenna. There's the wire going up to the telescoping FM antenna, shortwave antenna. The jacks for headphone line in. That's a mini USB. This is the SD card holder. You can see there's a crystal here and a crystal here. Now this is the main processor that just about does the whole radio. Looking at this looks like I'm just going to guess that this is probably charger for the lithium battery circuit. We see we have a AF amplifier here. Has the speaker wires coming from that. Not quite sure what this chip is going to be for, but probably maybe front end or something. There's also, you can see here, this little trace. I think that may be part of the FM circuit up here, but you know, it's very nice solder joints. It looks real good. Now you can see just how thick this speaker is. They really wanted this thing to produce some sound quality. It's a 4 ohm 3 watt speaker. Okay, so I'm actually using another piece of equipment that I'm also in the process of doing a review on to show you this, and that's the main processor in this radio. CHDC 14B5A, and this other little chip, it's a T25S80, and then this chip right here, I'm not sure exactly what that's doing, the AKC 695 155, and then the audio chip MTX 2008. But you know, just looking at the solder joints are not that bad. Not that bad at all. Zoom in on them just a little bit. And you can definitely tell it was a reflow process. You can see the crystal was soldered in by hand. It looks like all the small components are done on reflow. Not bad. A little bit closer shot of this speaker area. You can see how they got foam and got the wires run through it and all blocked off, so no sound can penetrate over to the radio compartment. So they want to contain all the sound into this area here. It's pretty neat the way that they done that. I'm sort of impressed with that. Alright, radio's all back together. To put the battery in, push that down, line our contacts up, drop it in, put the cover back on. That simple. We'll stick this in here and turn it around. Remove the blue mat. So to turn it on, just push the power button. See, we're on the AM band. No, I'm sorry, we're on the shortwave band, and we're not going to pick up a lot on the shortwave band today. Okay, we're on the AM band. See, it's reading 530 kilohertz. You can push this button and hold it, and it'll go in the scan, and it'll find the next station that they can pick up. Or you say you want to go to 640, just type in 640, give it a minute, it'll walk right into that frequency. And the only reason I'm not letting it scan because I don't want it to stop on music and get a copyright strike. So. Okay, I got it on just a wire antenna.
By the system here, Billy. He's never had continuity or consistency.
Yeah, so honestly, I think that the NFL, and if you're in a position as a starting quarterback, and
Iowa's trying to cover right now. They're down 16. Run on a 58-yard field goal against Cleveland. You just wonder how much things could have been different if that field goal sailed
Switch over to
wide
FM.
left.
At Fox Sports Radio. Yes! When it goes down on the field, let's go! College or pros, and you want to react, fire off that tweet. Just at us. Twitter at...
Your $20 a month is keeping K-Love strong. 11 people right now. I need you to go to klove.com and take your spot. And we haven't even told people right now about the groceries.
Oh, yeah. In about 45 minutes, we're giving away a year's worth of groceries for free.
Don't say it like it's pedestrian, Chuck. That's amazing.
I'm real impressed with the audio quality. It sounds real good.
Giving away free groceries for a year.
Fees. Hassle-free and easy, just like it should be. Go to onevip.com and get your card today. The One VIP Visa prepaid card is issued by Stride Bank, NA member FDIC, pursuant to a license from Visa USA, Inc.
Griffin Kia is located at 3249 North Church Street, where it always has been and always will.
So they got to keep another one. So I think lately, Russia-Ukraine is just a conflict to excuse supply chain interruptions is what it started. Now the energy-related issues, the food issues, the fertilizer issue, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've got it on short wave, and like I said, we're not, especially this time of the day, I'm not expecting to pick up anything. I'll just put it on scan. I'll let it scan through. If I hear anything, I'll bring you back. So in the background I can hear WWV just kind of going in and out. Hear another station trying to come in with it. 10 megahertz. And we're not getting that one today. I know we're not going to get 5 megahertz. So guys, you know, for 20 bucks, it's not a bad little radio. And like I say, the features is what makes this a little bit better than some of the other radios I've seen on the market, especially with the record feature. It's always nice to have a way to record audio at certain times, you know, and this is a pretty good way to do it. Plus you can play MP3 on it, and again, you know, through emergency situations, power out, it's a good little device. I'm not going to get all into all the functionalities of how the presets and do all that kind of stuff. You know, just want to show you the basic stuff on it, and it's pretty nice. I'll have the link down below this on the Show More tab. Now I always get, whenever I do any kind of reviews, people say, well, what's the link to it? And I guess a lot of people don't know how the Show More tab. So any of my videos that you're watching, for those that don't know, if you scroll down under the video, you'll see this little tab that says Show More. You click on that, and that gives you all the links and so forth. You know, about contact information and so forth, or product links to the products that we're looking at is always going to be under the Show More tab. So you know, always check that out. So there you go, guys, just a quick look at the Retekess V115 radio receiver, MP3 player. Not a bad little thing. Like I say, a lot of radios in this price range, a lot of them doesn't have the features that this has. Shortwave is okay. It works better early in the morning or late at night. You can pick up a little more stuff on it. Like I say, it'd been nice to have a BFO in it to pick up single sideband, but you know, then the cost of it would probably double. So that's a challenge for the manufacturers, to design a cheap radio that has a BFO in it. That would be nice to see come out on the market. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I always love to hear your comments. More to come. Lots going on in here. A lot more time to get in the shop, get things done. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.